5 years. 5 years since my last real horror thread was posted. Just way too much. Strange. 5 years since some of you last saw me. 5 years of silence. And for the others, those just discovering me, let me explain. I was that guy, the one who told scary stories alone in his room at night, the one who got millions of views on videos where I dissected the dark corners of the internet. Siren Head, Talking Angela, Slender Man. Mysterious games, possessed apps, unexplained disappearances. I told those stories with a calm voice, a black background, sometimes just a dim light. But above all, with passion. You know, I'm like that guy who grew up obsessed with mysterious stories, investigations, secrets, and the unknown. I spent entire nights on Reddit, on obscure forums, reading creepy stories while everyone else was asleep. And one day, I decided to talk about it on YouTube, and against all odds, it really took off. Really took off. My name is Noah Dorian, and between 2017 and 2020, my YouTube channel exploded. Every video went viral. I found myself in the Webedia studios, surrounded by the biggest creators in France. I'm the guy who talks about horror, and people love it. Every thread gets hundreds of comments, shares, and DMs. People say they wait for my videos like episodes of a Netflix series. People recognize me on the street, invite me on shows, I start a creators collective, launch projects, and create the Cookie Gang for those who remember. And at the same time, I'm also experiencing something a bit more personal, my first love. At that moment, it's simple, I tell myself. This is it, this is life. I have a girlfriend, I'm successful, I found my path, everything is going my way. But today, looking back, I can see what I didn't want to see. In reality, at that moment, I'm walking a tightrope. I'm living at full speed, and most of all, I'm drifting away from myself. That's my career. Summer 2020, it's here. I'm at the top. 6 months later, I'm at the bottom. Basically, I'm in this bubble where everything seems fine. But one day, I get a voice message. A recording that will trigger a violent fall.
Listen, you and me, it's been cool, but I think we should end this. Actually, it's simple. I don't feel anything for you anymore. Like, I don't love you anymore. Bye.
In my head at that time, this is what I heard from people.
You're ambitious, man. That's cool.
What you're doing is really great.
But the reality was completely different. I was only hearing what I wanted to hear.
You only care about stats, man.
One day it'll come back to bite you and you'll pay for it. Hey, are you listening? What you're doing is crap.
And me, I was there like an idiot. Did you see my last horror thread about Talking Angela with Adam the funny guy? It got 1 million views. That's crazy. 3 weeks later, I'm alone. And what follows is a slow fall, a kind of descent into hell, but without any screams. I keep posting threads because that's all I know how to do. People aren't really there anymore. Or if they are, it's not the same.
Is he still making videos?
Lol threads. Old school.
It's not as good as it used to be. I'm unsubscribing.
Who is he again?
And I can't blame them because they're right. Let's be honest. Someone had put out the flame, and that person was me. During that whole decline, I kept posting threads. In reality, I kept posting horror threads for 4 years, but nothing was the same anymore. Each thread felt like a blurry copy of the previous one. The angles were less striking, the editing uninspired, and the tone flat. I was physically present but mentally absent, going through the motions like a robot, a zombie version of myself. That's when I realized something. It's not that the horror threads didn't work anymore, it's that I didn't work anymore. There comes a time when you have to ask yourself a simple question. Either you keep going like this, or you do something else. So I chose to try something else, but not just some small safe thing. I chose to take a real gamble. What if I created a completely different format? Something more ambitious, like a real show. So at that moment, alone in my room at 3 in the morning, I started writing what would become Love Cube. Love Cube, I don't know why I came up with that name, that's it. Over time, some people got to know me through that. It's an original, fun, dating format, filmed like a real show, not just a thread. It's completely separate from everything else. So what do? I set aside 3,000 euros to shoot a pilot episode. The day I decided to post it, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm scared. Really, like a gut-wrenching fear. Because at that time, what were my videos getting? Between 50,000 and 60,000 views, and now I'm putting out something completely out there. Really, a format that had nothing to do with what I was doing before. And honestly, it's simple. If it flops, well, I have almost nothing left. The horror threads don't work anymore. I don't really have 10,000 other video ideas. If it flops, it's tough. Except it does the exact opposite. I released the first episode of what would become Love Cube, and it gets 3.1 million. I don't know if you realize, at that moment, really, like I was getting like 50 to 60,000 views. The video got almost 30 times the number of views I usually got. It makes no sense. Even now, Love Cube Episode 1 remains my channel's most viewed video. Nearly everyone loved its fresh, well-edited, and entertaining style. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I have a new path. Maybe I have a way to get back on track a bit, to find something new that excites me for myself, you know? This time, I'm trying not to do things halfway. I'm not simply saying, let's just make a simple second episode. I'm telling myself we're making a real show, an entire season produced at the right level. So it's simple. I take all my savings and I bet everything. 200,000 euros. At that point, I don't have a team, no set, no equipment, but I have a vision, an obsession, so I start looking everywhere. I search Instagram, TikTok, word of mouth, and LinkedIn. That's actually how I find Lewis, my first right-hand man, someone who understands me before I even speak. He manages pre-production, post-production, and some editor coordination. He's like a backbone. Then I see a profile named Gabriel. Today, he's my production manager and support on set, handling the budget, logistics, schedules, and crises. Next, we get a director of photography, the eye and visual style of Love Cube. Then comes a casting director, the casting director. Her job to recruit 200 candidates who will come for a full week of filming. We hire a top sound engineer, a control room operator, 2 more cameramen, a crane, and a full set. Gradually, we're forming an army, but more importantly, a real family and team. Each episode costs 10,000 euros. With 20 episodes, mistakes aren't an option. Any issue, a cancellation, forgotten mic, or sick cameraman ruins everything. We spend weeks locking everything down. Schedule, casting, technical sheets, equipment, camera tests. But there's one moment I'll never forget. On the big day, the studio is empty. Well, not completely. I'm stuck on the other side of Paris. And over there, the team is busy. One is setting up the control room. Another is coordinating the cameras. Someone else is checking the shots. The casting director briefs candidates remotely as we set up lights. I just watch messages, feeling powerless. What's happening there proves this project surpasses anything I've done before. Unlike when I used to film myself telling horror stories in my room, this moment feels almost unreal. For months, this project existed only in my mind. Notes in a notebook, WhatsApp conversations at 3 in the morning, blurry dreams, and now everything is becoming real. The walls are here, the lights are here, the cameras, the crane, the crew. And me, I'm watching this with my heart pounding a mile a minute. I've just never been this stressed in my life as I was at that moment, but I've never been this proud either. When I finally arrive on set, I understand everything right away. It's exactly what I had in mind. The set, the colors, the atmosphere, the cameras, everything. Honestly, I think I should have felt relieved, but it's the opposite. The pressure just keeps building. Now it's no longer just an idea, it's a real project. The next morning, we're shooting. Every day is scheduled precisely. Every minute matters and every mistake costs money. We start at 7 in the morning and finish at 2 in the morning, and then we do it all over again the next day. Welcoming the candidates, getting the suitors ready, briefing, camera tests, setup, shooting, then we repeat it again and again. Welcoming the candidates, getting the suitors ready, briefing, camera tests, setup, shooting, welcoming the candidates, getting the suitors ready, briefing, camera tests, setup, shooting, welcoming the candidates, getting the suitors ready, briefing, camera tests, setup, shooting. Sometimes we shoot up to 2 or even 3 episodes in the same day. We lose track of time, but we hang in there. Well, at least until that day. At that point, we must have been on day 3 or 4. Everything is fine, but in minutes, everything explodes.
Man, it's a mess. Seriously, it's really a mess. A cameraman just canceled at the last minute.
My vision is starting to blur. One less cameraman means a ruined shot, a shaky episode, a lost day of filming.
Noah, one of the contestants, just bailed on us. She's not coming. She disappeared.
It's a total disaster. Damn, it's never gonna work, damn it. The schedule is falling apart. People are panicking. Information is flying everywhere. I'm losing it. I want to scream, but I can't. Because if I fall, everything falls. And in my head, I see little Noah at 13 again. I see the kid who was humiliated in class for making videos. The boy who dreamed big, and I think, that's it. You failed again. But sometimes it only takes one sentence to reignite the spark.
It's fine, guys. A friend of mine can replace the cameraman. Is that okay?
What? Well, yeah, go ahead, let's go.
Okay, I found a last-minute contestant. She'll be here in 15 minutes. We're saved.
That's when I realized that, well, this team isn't just colleagues, it's a damn team of geniuses. So in the end, we did it. 20 episodes, 7 days of filming, a marathon more intense than anything I've faced, and it's not over. Now a new challenge begins, editing all 20 episodes and most importantly, releasing them. I'm not sure if episode 1 was just a fluke, or if people want 20 episodes. Really, you have to imagine 20 complete shows, each one, with multiple cameras, hours of footage, dozens of audio tracks, 13 editors, a project manager, plus approvals, changes and corrections, over and over again. It's sleepless nights, moments when you think it'll never come out. And meanwhile, the pressure builds. We're a month away from the release. Editing is progressing. We start teasing. People start to wonder,
when is the next Love Cube coming out?
Anticipation grows. 2 weeks before release, first clips leak on TikTok. Hardcore fans analyze and speculate. 3 days before release, stress is unbearable. I go over every detail, every opening, every sound. I keep doubting over and over. Then comes the big day. I post, I hit publish. The response goes beyond anything I had imagined. 600 million views across all platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Shorts. In fact, the concept just blows up. People love it, brands love it, dating apps reach out to us, media outlets want to adapt it, we get DMs from celebrities we don't even dare mention, wanting to be on the judging panel or as main contestants. Actually, LoveCube in just a few months has become a real phenomenon. With this team, we did more than just a show. We built a true digital media outlet, something raw that reflects who we are. The Cube. The Cube isn't just LoveCube, it's a playground, a creative platform, a format factory. A few months later, I launched FoodCube, a short, fun food format. Every week, a new recipe that's quick, funny, and punchy, available on Instagram and TikTok. And that worked pretty well too. And the craziest part of all this is that it's only the beginning. Actually, the reason I'm making this video is because alongside all of this, there's something that haunts me. A little idea, almost fragile, something I've tried to bury, but it keeps coming back again and again, like a voice in the night. I've always told you stories, but never like this. Since LoveCube, I realized it's not just me alone in my room making magic. It's more than just my voice or editing. It's the team. It's this damn family we've built. So what if we took all that energy, all that organization, all that production power, and used it, not for a dating show, but to create the ultimate horror thread, like the horror thread, or rather, the series of horror threads. StoryCube, the return of the threads. But this time, bigger, stronger, more cinematic, no longer alone in my room. True stories, unexplained disappearances, paranormal accounts, real testimonies, chills, and above all, guests, faces, looks that speak louder than words, cameras, wide shots, silences, details we let breathe, truths we've never dared to tell you.
There are threats of death threats.
For years I stayed silent. I watched this format die slowly, as if my horror threads were worthless now, as if what I had built no longer belonged. A body of threads.
More threads? LOL.
Bro, change your style, please.
We're not in 2018 anymore, dude.
I just smiled, didn't say anything, let it slide. But inside, something was growing. I never stopped thinking about it. These stories, these voices we've never heard, these mysteries that were never solved, the disappearances, the possessions, the legends, the painful truths, the haunting silences.
I thought no one cared about my life, and then you listened.
StoryCube is the return of the threads. But it's not just a simple return, it's payback. StoryCube is a cry.
And she was shocked. She said to me, "No way. We've never had anything like that here."
A shiver, a glance into the darkness. It's the promise that from now on, every story will be treated as the truth. Did you think my threads were dead? No, they waited. They just waited in the dark until we listened to them again. StoryCube isn't just a comeback, it's not a tribute, it's not a nostalgic nod, it's a revolution. The horror thread, next-gen version, stronger, more human, more real. When he died, I didn't cry. Not right away. In StoryCube, we invite people, real people, everyday men and women, maybe you, right there behind your screen, people who have experienced terrifying things.
We go to the hospital because my nose is bleeding.
No made-up stories, no scripts, just real, intimate experiences, sometimes unspeakable. Kidnapping, cults, burglary, police investigation, possession, surveillance, reappearance, family secrets.
And I thought to myself, I actually want to end my life.
In StoryCube, like in a horror thread, we retrace the events, we shed light on them, we bring them back to life, but never without purpose. We tell stories to understand, we tell stories so we don't forget, we tell stories to free ourselves, we tell stories to create a real memory. StoryCube is also available as a podcast on Spotify and everywhere else. A mix between my old horror threads and what legend taught me. The art of listening, the art of sound design, the art of sending chills without gimmicks. StoryCube, this might be the last chance I'm giving this format. The one that gave me everything, the one that built me, the one that also destroyed me, but above all, the one that made me feel alive. StoryCube is 3 episodes a week, a first season of 30 episodes airing all summer. Every week, 3 new voices, 3 new reasons to shiver, to feel the thrill. We're not releasing videos, we're releasing confessions, deep dives, storms. So welcome to where it all began. Welcome to the depths of fear. Welcome to StoryCube. And now, it's your turn to reignite the flame. Just click here to watch the first StoryCube episode, now on my Noah channel, like before. New episodes will be released 3 times a week starting today. Enjoy and have a good evening.